Welcome to English Vault, a channel where stories open doors to wisdom, motivation, and better English. Today's story is about one of the most powerful birds in the world, the eagle, a bird that flies higher than storms, that turns challenges into opportunities, and that teaches us the secret of rising above difficulties. The title of today's story is Rise Above Challenges Like an Eagle. So listen closely and let the words lift you higher, just like the eagle who soars above the clouds. Long ago, in a vast mountain range, there was a small village called Anandpur. The people of the village lived simple lives, farming, herding animals, and telling stories by the fire at night. But beyond the village, high on the cliffs, lived the eagles. Their nests rested on rocky peaks, unreachable to ordinary people. Among these eagles was one named Arjun. He was young, curious, and full of dreams. Unlike other eagles who were content to fly, Arjun always asked questions. Why do storms come? Why must we fly so high? Why is life so hard before it becomes easy? His mother, an old eagle with sharp eyes, often told him, Arjun, one day you will learn that the sky is both your challenge and your gift. Do not fear storms. Do not fear struggles. Rise above them. But Arjun didn't understand. Not yet. One summer afternoon, as Arjun practiced flying, a strong gust of wind threw him off balance. He spiraled downward, crashing into the valley below. The villagers found him injured. They carried him gently and placed him near their farm chickens, hoping he would heal. Days passed. Arjun's wings recovered, but something else changed. His mind. Surrounded by chickens, he began to act like them. He scratched the ground for food. He walked instead of soaring. He lowered his head instead of lifting it. The villagers laughed. Look at that eagle. He has forgotten he is a king of the skies. But Arjun stayed silent, trapped between who he was and who he pretended to be. One evening, an old man named Ravi, known in the village for his wisdom, watched the eagle among the chickens. He shook his head and said, this bird was born to fly. Yet here he stands, living like a chicken. Not because his wings are weak, but because his mind is. The villagers laughed again. He belongs here now. He has forgotten the sky. But Ravi leaned closer to Arjun and whispered, little eagle, you were not meant to scratch the dirt. You were meant to ride the winds. Do not live small when the sky belongs to you. That night, Arjun could not sleep. The old man's words echoed in his heart. Do not live small when the sky belongs to you. One morning, dark clouds gathered above the valley. The wind howled, trees bent, and the chickens panicked, running for shelter. Arjun, too, felt fear rising in his chest. His wings trembled. Then, far above, he saw something strange. Other eagles circled in the sky, flying straight into the storm. Why, he thought. Why do they not hide? Why do they not run? Suddenly, Ravi appeared again, standing tall with his staff. He pointed to the sky and shouted, look, eagle, the storm you fear is the wind that will lift you higher. Do not hide. Spread your wings. Arjun's heart pounded. He had a choice. Stay on the ground like a chicken, or face the storm like an eagle. With trembling courage, Arjun spread his wings. The wind roared. The ground seemed to pull him back, but he pushed off with all his strength. At first he stumbled, thrown left and right, but then something incredible happened. The wind that frightened him began to carry him. The storm that looked like destruction became his lift. He rose higher and higher, above the trees, above the valley, until he broke through the clouds. And there, above the storm, was the sun, shining bright, peaceful, calm. Arjun cried out, a sharp, victorious call that echoed across the mountains. For the first time, he understood his mother's words. Do not fear storms. Rise above them. From that day, Arjun lived as he was meant to live. He soared over rivers, glided above forests, and danced with the winds. But more than flying, he carried lessons in his heart. Storms are not obstacles, they are opportunities. While chickens hide, eagles rise. Pain is not punishment, it is preparation. His fall into the valley taught him strength. Identity is not what others say, it is what you choose to believe. He was never a chicken. He was always an eagle. Arjun became a symbol in the village. Whenever people faced hardship, they looked to the skies and reminded themselves, if the eagle can rise above storms, so can we. Now, dear listener, let us reflect. Isn't life like the eagle's story? We are born with potential, but sometimes life throws us down into valleys of doubt. We forget who we are, living small because fear whispers in our ear. We see storms and think they will destroy us, when in fact they are the very winds that can lift us higher. The truth is simple. You are not a chicken. You are an eagle. You were not born to live small, to hide, or to give up. You were born to rise. So here is the challenge for you, dear friend. Next time life gives you difficulties, failures, rejections, struggles, ask yourself, will I run and hide like the chickens, or will I rise like the eagle? Remember, when problems come, they are not the end. They are the beginning of your growth. When storms rage, they are not against you. They are for you to lift you higher. When people laugh or doubt you, do not believe their words. Believe your wings. So what does the eagle teach us? It teaches us that challenges are not chains. They are wings. It teaches us that storms are not enemies. They are teachers. And it teaches us that no matter where you fall, you can rise again. Higher, stronger, braver. Thank you for listening to today's story. Rise above challenges like an eagle vertical bar motivational story in English. Here on English Vault, every story is a lesson, a tool and a treasure to help you not only improve your English, but also improve your life. If this story inspired you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, because every week we bring you new motivational stories, stories that strengthen your language and strengthen your heart. Until next time, keep learning, keep believing, and keep rising, like the eagle who soars above storms.